Hey everyone, it's Kim here with another message from the universe. It was actually delivered to me today that I want to share with you. One of the best ways that I receive messages is while working with clients and in my groups. And I get so many a day because I do actually run a lot of groups and work with a lot of clients that I have a backlog of information to share with you. So I'm going to get into today's, which is all about resistance. So I have noticed a lot of people kind of saying to me, oh, I'm resisting doing this because of this, or I've got resistance around stepping up, or I've got resistance around moving forward, or stepping into my fears, or whatever it is. So the first thing that I say to everyone when they bring up some kind of level of resistance is the classic saying, which is what you resist persists. So if you have a fear, or if you have something that you're turning your back on and you're resisting it, what it does is it actually keeps it alive in your life longer. So I just give an example of, say, for example, there's a fear that you're resisting, and it might be just even the fear of maybe speaking your truth, or being visible and attracting a larger audience, or whatever. What I find when we do this and we step into those fears is that it's like a band-aid, and I do relate it to like a band-aid, that when you actually step into it, it's more the perception of what's going to happen, which you're actually afraid of. So of course fear is false expectation appearing real. So what you're actually thinking is that something bad is going to happen from you stepping into whatever it is that you're fearful of. However, it's actually more like a band-aid effect. So, think about when you've got a band-aid or a plaster or whatever country you're from, where you've got a band-aid on you, and if you rip it off slowly and think about it, and it's painful. It's so painful. Whereas if you just rip it off quickly, it doesn't actually hurt. I don't know how many times have you guys said, like, you like shy away, and especially with kids, and they're like, no, 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 it's going to hurt, and you do it, and then do it really quickly, and they're like, oh, that didn't actually hurt at all. That's the same with fears and with resistance, is that when you step into it, it's actually not as bad as what you thought it was. However, if you stay in it and resist it longer and longer and longer, it keeps that fear alive, and it keeps that bad feeling, or that, like, perceived pain or whatever it is, it keeps it alive. So remember, what you resist persists. So no need to have any more resistance anymore, because it's just, think about the band-aid effect, rip it off, step into it, and then you'll go, oh, that wasn't actually that bad. Now, the next thing that is around maybe fears and resistance is perfection. So again, we won't step into it, maybe because if we don't get it right, or if we, maybe don't achieve the required result or whatever. And again, that's another fear that people might have. But what if we switched it around to a learning, and that the thing that we're actually fearful of is actually just going to be something that we can learn more about with practice? So again, step into whatever you're fearful of. Do these live videos if this is what you're wanting to do. Do whatever it is that you want to do. Get rid of the perfection, because there is no such thing as perfect, and you can't measure perfection, so you'll never get there. But why don't you use just every experience that you have as a learning to get better and better and better, and then follow that process along about what can I do better next time, rather than beating yourself up and saying that was horrible. Again, saying that was horrible is going to keep that fear alive, and it'll bring that resistance back, and what you resist persists, and you'll be stuck. So again, step into it, get rid of the perfection and the need to be right or whatever, and just see it as a learning. And you know what? If you stuff up, I was wrong. So what? No one's going to die. And it's actually quite freeing to own up to the fact that you got it wrong. Like, it's just one instant in your whole entire life that you stuffed up. So you can technically just tick that off and say, yep, I've done that, learnt from it, move on. So again, what you resist persists. If you step into it and don't worry about it, everything will be fine. The other thing that I was told was, adversity. Now, a lot of us have fears around adversity and, not wanting to feel pain or to feel any kind of confrontation or anything that there is a perceived level of pain with. So, again, what I want to say to you guys, and I'm just going to explain a little bit of a story that happened to me when I was talking to the universe a couple of years ago, is the universe said, you need to step into adversity. You need to welcome adversity and say, like, bring it on, challenge me, give it to me. And I'm like, no way. If I ask adversity to come to me, then that's actually attracting it to me. And so I was really scared of doing that. But then what I found is, again, my process is listening and acting, and that's how I run my life, living my life guided. So what then happened is I listened to the universe and I stepped into stepped into accepting adversity and embracing it, and saying to the universe, okay, give me the adversity, let me deal with it now, so then I can move on and not have to deal with it again. But what I found is that when I said to the universe, give me the adversity, let me move on through it, and so I can grow and learn, what then happened is there was actually no adversity to be worried about, because what you resist persists. So because I didn't resist it, there was no adversity. But when we resist adversity, that then creates a level of keeping it real, and it brings more adversity into your life. So get rid of fears by just stepping into it. Think about the Band-Aid. Embrace adversity, just knowing that you don't have to be perfect, you don't have to get it right, and if you don't, you just own up to it and tick it off and move on. And just allow, like, literally live in the moment, allow everything to come through that's meant to come through, allow things to happen that are meant to happen, so that you can tick them off and you can move on. And so you just don't stay stuck. And this is why a lot of people are stuck, because they're actually fearful of pain, fearful of anything that is perceived to be hard work or painful or whatever else. But again, when you step into it, it's actually okay. So that's what I'm going to say to you guys. Remember the saying, what you resist persists. Think about the Band-Aid effect, and remember to embrace adversity, because when you start doing it and start welcoming the bad stuff, it doesn't actually happen. Okay, have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.